Saturday, April 3rd, 2021, and we're here with the live chat, the live sewing chat. And I have my project that I have actually two projects laying here. My exploding heart quilt, which I have not even worked on anymore. Trying to piece the last top and bottom borders. Just been busy. And I'm also working on this quilt pattern called Charlotte Sometimes. Trying to get the author's name, Sarah Filkey. And it's a Begon surround quilt. And I don't think I'm going to do the applique portions on the outside, but I do like the circles on the inside. So we'll see how much of this I do. Actually, it's a work in progress from my friend's Diana's stash that I got doing her estate sale. So we're just going to wait for more people to get in. I'm going to pull you up on my cell phone, and we'll get ready. Let's see. Okay. Trying to make sure I turn volume down, notifications off, and phone rotation off. It's a lot to remember. And my YouTube is just spooling from a fresh reboot. Doesn't make much sense to me. I have the hardest time with this on my phone, and I went to see if I needed an upgrade or anything, and everything seems to be fine. So I'm almost thinking I'm going to have to uninstall YouTube and then just reinstall it because they're saying there is no upgrade. But it's just spooling, won't even let me in. So I can't even read the comments. I'm getting Facebook notifications, but no YouTube. So let me just go ahead and reboot it again just to make sure. This is frustrating because I'm using the same internet to record for you guys. And yeah, it's not working on the phone. So happy Easter. I see that from Remo. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably won't be on tonight because of that as well. But I decided to come on anyway. Let's see if I can get this to come up this time. Let's see if all of my notifications, yep, that all stayed the same. Okay, thank goodness. It looked like it wanted to stall. It's spooling a whole lot, which is weird. So let's go up and start reading the live chat comments. We got Maddie Barnum says, hi T and everyone. Sin Forrest says, hello Miss T and Teaquilters. Also says, hi again. Dinner put away. Feet up and water bottle nearby. Me ready, laughing out loud. C-Rack says, hello, my quilt family. Quilting a quilt from my sister-in-law. That's pretty cool. Or sister-in-love, she says. Not sister-in-law, sister-in-love. Roberta says, hi, T and T Quilters. Earlene Butler says, hi, T and T Quilters. Happy Easter. I hope that all is well and staying safe. Deborah Sims Brown says hello T and everyone from Maryland. Darcy Savali is here saying hi T and all quilters. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. Thank you, Darcy. Deborah says putting binding on my World Peace quilt. That's cool. Vivian Calvi says hi T and everyone. June Hansen also says hi T and everyone. Judy is here saying hello T and quilters. Happy Easter. Margaret Hessler says hi T and everyone from New York. Tom Eckery is here. Says hey T and T quilting bunnies. Hop on over to that thumbs up for T. Hi Tom, thank you so much. Roberta says T, show that again. I missed it. I think she's just talking about this pattern here. It's called Charlotte Sometimes. And it's in the book Material Obsession 2. Let's see. Kevin at Quilter says, I am living vicariously through my good friend Miss T since my studio is still being renovated. Can't wait to swap the blocks, T Quilters. Yeah, so hopefully you can get on your floor pretty soon. When you get new flooring, you got to let it cure and all of that kind of stuff. So hopefully it's going to not be too long, Kevin. And he can't live through me because I haven't touched, well, I have touched a lot of fabric because I've been sorting stuff, but not in the sense that he's talking about. I haven't been productive with quilting. Mario says, hello from friendly Montreal. I left a message for T Quilters on T's Facebook page. Yes, he did. Gave a update and everything and thanking the T Quilters and also, what else? Saying that prayers work. So continue the prayers, guys. Erling says, I'm working on some easy pot holders for my family members. Remo says, good evening. Maxie Doodle says, hi T and all you lovely T fans. And also, happy Easter. Hi T and quilters from Fairborn, Ohio. Also from Remo. Jackie K is here saying, hello Mario. Wonderful to have you here. Slowing Down Joe says, hello T and everyone. Sheila Willis says, good evening T and all quilters. Cold here in Tennessee. Jill Thomas says, hello T and everyone. Dolores Nash says, hi T from Panama City Beach, Florida. Hello Dolores. Also, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you stopping in. Sin's also reminding people to hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much. Bonita Nance is here. Says, hey, Miss T. I didn't think you were going to be on today. That message that I put up was for like last Saturday. Although, today was the day that I actually decided, my body decided that it was ready for, for sleep. I have been machine quilting, but in between runs, I have been taking naps and stuff. So, haven't been very productive. I got some orders out today. Had to like reorganize some of my ordering, my supply stuff. So I got all of that kind of stuff reorganized, repackaged, so I know what's what. And yeah, I got some orders out. I think I only got one order to put out, and it was because it was paid later than the other ones, and so it'll go out on Monday. But I'm all caught up with orders and everything I need to order. Everything, well, sort of kind of everything is in stock. Let's see. Ellie Scrapper says, evening tea and all. Sorry I'm late. You're never late. Maria Mayer's here saying, hello, everyone. Happy Easter. Diane57 says, I'm here, T. Yes. Celia Swain says, hello, T and fellow quilters. Diane's also telling people happy Easter. Mila Killebrew says hello. Hello, Mila. Sharon Lewis says, hi, T and quilters. Happy Easter. Claudette Bettis also here saying, hello, T and everyone. Happy Easter. Judy Smith, hi, T and all. Ella Odom says, good evening, Miss T and T quilters. And Lynette Williams says, happy Easter, everyone. Hello to T. Hello, Lynette. And Joanne Parker says, good evening, T and everyone. Rhonda Barlow says, hello, T and everyone. Happy Easter. And Dolores Phelps says, hi, T and everyone. I received my footrest and wood press today. Thank you. Can't wait to try them. And I hope you all like them. I do have in stock the large and the small ones now. I have purchased all of the large ones that she's have in stock. So I think I got I don't know, 5 or 6, maybe 7 left. I took mines back out because I ended up selling my footrest in the last sale situation. So I do have lots of things in stock. And just to relate, because I tell you all things about companies and stuff like that, the person that I get my footrest from, Sawyer Creek, also was so nice last Saturday to drive an hour and 20 minutes or so to bring me to the estate sale, the wood turn order. So that was really sweet of him to drive that instead of mailing that. So it saved me postage. And I really appreciate that. And then also, I've been working with Deborah Rebels. You all have her sliding ruler book as well. And she's also been helping me with paying like a portion of shipping. If I'm paying $40 for shipping, she might pay the other 20 if it's a total of like $60 for shipping. Some of when you start getting into books and stuff, and I want my stuff to get here, so we're sending it UPS, and so it's a little bit more costly to ship right now. And so she's been working with me with that as well. So I just want you all to know that some companies are out here going above and beyond to assist people. We're both small businesses, so they don't really have to do that for me because they're a small business themselves. So I just really appreciate everything that the companies that I do work with. I really do like those small companies that I work with. And also, I have a great rapport with Fab Enterprises, which is the guy that does the strip sticks and the LED sewing machine lights that I sell. Also love that company. So Judy Annie says, hello, Miss T. Love your show. Thanks for being here for us. You're so welcome. I am a little bit tired because I was about ready to fall asleep again. About 7:30. No, about 8:30. I got really sleepy. I said, you better get up. And then I do have sinus issue just because it's springtime and all the trees are blooming outside. So I do have a little bit of that going on. But otherwise, I'm fine. Carol Green says, hi, T and everyone. Diane says, I love my footrest. That's great. And people that have gotten them, please get them out and use them because you're going to be surprised that you'll never have to, hunt for that footrest again. June Hansen says, I love my footrest as well. Teresa McCormick here says, hello, T and T Quilters. Glad to be with you. And thank you also, Teresa. I saw where you had sent Lietta a card also for Diana. That was really sweet of you. I've contacted her. I misplaced Lietta's address, so I'm trying to get her address, and she hasn't responded yet. But thank you so much for sending the card. I think I got it yesterday. I got mine on Wednesday, and hers came on Thursday. Joanne Parker's also saying Happy Easter to everyone. Lizette Zayas says, hello, TNT Quilters. Waving. Hi. Welcome. Virgie says, hello, T and everyone. Happy Easter. Lynette says, I need to order a small footrest. I'll email. Yes, thank you. Please do, because sometimes when I'm in here and by the time 2 hours and then it's late too, I'm going to go to bed. And I'm already sleepy, so I really don't want to get into writing orders or trying to take anything down. Y'all see, I was just too busy to even, too lazy to even take off my shirt. I just put another Teaquilt shirt over the top of my shirt I had on today. So I'm double shirted here. But thanks everybody for coming. I really appreciate that. I have been using this cutting board, and you do see the cuts. Like you see the lines. I don't feel the lines, but I can see the lines. So I'm not sure how long this what is her name, Sue Daly mat is going to work, but I'm here to see and check it out. So I'm going to be making some 4 patches. I need 4 patches. Got 2 of them. I just need little 4 patches. They're cut from 1.5 inch strips. So I'm going to be doing that. And this was a kit that was already cut and kitted up by my friend Diana, who passed. And this is one of her projects that I took. I got a few of her projects. I actually got all of her orphan blocks because I'm going to use a lot of them in charity quilts in the future whenever I do charity quilts. But for some reason, I just thought I needed to have a quilt that was made by her, and I got a quilt that I thought was made by her. And then when I looked at the label, somebody else's name is on the back. And it's like, I don't know how she got it. I don't know if it was made for her, so I need to figure that out too. So, and I forgot to oil my machine today. We'll see how loud it is. Didn't even think about that part. I normally do that like 30 minutes before I come sew so I can be ready to go. So whenever I change the bobbin in here, I'll make sure that I oil it at that point. Or before if it gets really loud. Let's see who else is in. A lot of people have come in. Sin Forest says, can you show a footrest tee? I miss seeing them. Thanks. I'm using my small one and I'm not going to move that one, but I'll show you my large one. I just sat it on the edge of my room because I took it out the box so I wouldn't sell mine again. I want to make sure I keep it. But this is the footrest, and it's made out of reclaimed wood. So it's already fallen trees. They could be from being hollowed. So sometimes you may have imperfections in the wood and stuff like that. But basically, this size here is the large, and you can put a foot pedal that's up to like 10.25 inches wide. And then the small one just stops about here, where you can put one that's about 5.5 inches, about right here. So that's the different footrest sizes. They are heavy, and I'm shipping everything only priority mail because I want to make sure that everything is insured and you're going to get it. And I haven't had any problems with any of my packages arriving. Like, everything has arrived less than a week. Most of them have been, 2 to 4 days for the most part, if you're not counting the weekend when they're closed. So the priority mail shipping seems to be working. Sending stuff first class, not so much. So I just want to make sure people get their orders. So let's see. Ellie Scrapper says, T, I love all my goodies that I have purchased from you. They are such a big help with the things I use them for. Well, thank you. I try to find stuff. If I like it, I figure other people might like it. If I don't like it, I don't even mention it. And a lot of things I tend to buy myself, except that I ended up getting the footrest for free because they wouldn't even let me pay for the footrest because I told them what I was going to do with it. If because I thought it was a great idea. I said, long as it works, because I hadn't used it at that time, so I wasn't sure if it would actually work. And they was like, it's going to work. And I'm like, okay, well then I'll be ordering. And then they gave them to me for free. But I was like, I tell you what, I'll give you a business card. And if I don't sell any of them, then you can just bill me for the ones that you gave me, because I try to be fair as well. Especially when I'm dealing with a company that don't know anything about me. Leetta Bryan is here saying hi, TNT Quilters. Happy Easter. Leetta, I sent you a message. I have a card from you from Teresa. Eric Oda is here. Hi, Eric. He says hello, hello. Cynthia Shade saying good evening to all, and have a happy Easter and blessed Easter from Chicago. Thank you. Dee Dee Hansen says she's here from Michigan. Love how you are quilting my quilts. You are so welcome. I got your second one on, and I might be almost halfway through. But like I said, I've been taking naps in between. I'll start looking at, I've been watching YouTube videos on the Roku television. And so then I end up falling asleep on the videos. So it's a little bit slow going. I thought I would get them both done today, but I'll probably stay up tonight and get them done and then go to bed. So that way I can use tomorrow to, I got my Gil's raffle quilt I need to drop off, but I need photos of it so that they can use them to sell the pic. We give each of our Gil members a picture. I think you pay $0.25 for it, and then you can use it to sell tickets for the raffle quilt. And I need to do that, so I need to do that tomorrow if we have a good day. Okay, did I already cut that? Guess I did. Okay, it's right here. All right. So, let's see. My brother is here. Says hi, sis, and everyone. Hope everyone stays safe. And happy Easter to you all. And that Passover is Sunday. Yes. I'm surprised he's even on here. Since his I know he's probably got stuff to do tomorrow, so just surprised he's here tonight. Diane says, I got vaccinated today, keeping my fingers crossed it works. And it's so funny because this week I've been working with Betsy. She's been helping me a lot, trying to help me get vaccinated. And I ended up with 2 appointments out of 3. So I got an appointment for Thursday, which I probably end up canceling because it's further away from my house. And then I also got one for Monday. So I'm going to keep the one for Thursday right now, just in case I get there Monday and they run out or something, just in case. And then I'll cancel it once I get my first dose. So we'll see how that all goes. So at least I've got an appointment. I've just been fortunate not to have been around anyone that didn't know they had it and, that I needed to quarantine from. Just been very lucky. Didn't even cut my iron on. So let's see who else is here. Kelly A is here saying happy Easter, Miss T and Teaquilters. Hey, Kelly. Lynette says, I've been working on the blocks for my brother-in-law's Crown Royal quilt, and they have been working on me. I like to know what kind of pattern are you using because I want to make one too, but I can't decide what I want to do with them. I don't want to do just straight squares, I think. I don't know. I was thinking about stars. And this quilt isn't for anybody. It's just that my family has been saving me bags for years, even without me initially asking originally. And now I got so many of them, it's like I got to do something with it. So, Darcy says the footrest is excellent. Thank you. Sin says, how much holds out soul machine pedal stellar? Me wants one. How much? The large ones are $27. The small one is $20. But then the shipping on them, priority, is like $15.50 for one, because it's going into a priority mailbox for the weight. Ellie Scrapper says, T, I know you craft. Picked up the Cricut mug press, and it makes beautiful images onto your mugs, and you can do personal designs too. Now, I haven't done a whole lot with glasses and mugs and stuff. I have the Cameo cutter, and I have put something like on my cups, like just for it's my name, Teaquilts, for cups that I sometimes will take to retreats, but I haven't done a whole lot with, I I guess it's just regular vinyl. And then I use HTV, heat transfer vinyl, mostly for t-shirts. Vicky Lemire saying hello to everybody. Kathy J. Mitchell says, how much are the footrests? I just answered that. And if you're interested in that, you can just email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com. And then just put in the title that water footrest or something like that. Remo's reminding everybody the thumbs up, so thank you. Are you doing Zoom tomorrow? Zoom is scheduled for tomorrow. It was put up in the Facebook group. I'm sure Eric has already probably answered that. Kelly says, I won't be here for long, but wanted to pop in and say thanks, T. I received my order yesterday, super fast. Haven't put on the light strips yet, but love the foot pedal rest. Yes. So thank you so much. I appreciate the support as well. And Darcy's still reminding people to hit that thumbs up. She's on it, guys. And Leetta says, okay, we'll email you my address. Dee Dee says, show us the raffle quilt. Can we buy tickets? You can buy tickets. I'll put, I'm going to put it out on my deck. I don't have any pictures of the raffle quilt. And the raffle quilt is way too big to be bringing in here. And since it's not my quilt, I don't want to be trying to scrunch it into this area. I don't want anything to happen to it because I've already trimmed that quilt up and it's ready for binding. So I don't want it to get, the edges to get agitated. So I've got it nicely folded up so I can just take it outside, open it out on the deck so I can just put it in a video later. And then also take pictures for my quilt guild. That's the plan. But I will do that. And yes, you can buy tickets. Eric is saying that the Zoom chat's tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern. Come chat and bring a show and tell. Remember what happens in Zoom stays on Zoom. Mario says we got first vaccine early March, second end of June. That seemed like that's pretty far apart. I thought they were supposed to be within 10 days to 2 weeks. So I guess it's a little different in Canada. Yeah, Canada. Betsy says, yes, I got my Johnson & Johnson shot today. Now, she's only got to do one then since she's got it. But we both been like trying to hit every website and she's been sending me stuff. And I have been signing up just basically through, just, you know, like going through the email contact, signing up and then they'll email you when you get one. But she's been really helping me with what's going on currently and open places and stuff like that. So thank you so much. And then for me to still get one, I had one scheduled because of Betsy on Thursday. And now I got one on Monday from one to just email sign up online. So it's a little bit faster and closer to my home. So I'm glad about that. And Deborah's asking, where do we find Zoom info? And he says it is on the Facebook Teaquilts Facebook group page. And I try to go in and make them so that they're announcements whenever he posts them so that they will show up in the announcement listing at the top. So if you just click announcements, you'll see announcements first when you enter the Facebook group. And then if you click show all, if it's not the first one there, then you'll have all of the announcements of the group there that are still active. Darlene Crosby is here. Hi, Darlene. She says, hello, TNT Quilters. Oh, Lynette says she'll send me a picture. She's making it up as she go. That's cool. Judy says only 4 more days to full immunity from my J&J. That's nice. Okay. Ellie Scrapper says it's easy and so quick too. I thought I would mention it since you craft. Okay. Talking about the mugs. And Diane says, I got the one that you don't need a second shot. Yep. Sewing with a Dream says, hello, everyone. Hello to you. Dee Dee says, shots. Moderna is 28 days between shots. Okay. And I'll have to see when I get mine on Monday. My husband got his for Monday. We got 2 different time slots because he qualified. He's a little bit older than me, and he qualified for the 65 and older. And I'm right under it. So Yeah, he got his a few hours before me. And then my sister, so funny, she called and said my mom, they all had appointments and they were all at different times. And my mom's appointment was later than theirs for some reason. And she said they took her early and they just gave it to her. So she said, you could go with him. They'll probably give it to you, but we'll see. I'll probably just wait my turn because that's how I am. Kevin says, I won't be able to stay around long drive to family in the morning to spend Easter with family. May not make it to Zoom tomorrow night. Okay, Kevin, take care. See ya. I'll see you when I see you. I'll text you anyway tomorrow. And Diane says, I got mine at Walgreens. Rose Wall says, hi, T and all from Indiana. Hi, Rose. Cian says, I got my second shot 3 weeks ago. Guess I'm immune now, but I'm still careful. Yes. Still wear those masks because I'm still going to wear mine. I don't care. I'm not going anywhere without it. Kelly says, we'll miss you tomorrow night at Kevin. Hope you have a lovely Easter, though. Mario says, 112 days between shots here in Quebec, Canada. They want to immune as many people as possible with at least one shot. The U.S. is amazingly in tune with the vaccination. Darcy says, I'm glad people are being able to get your shots, but please don't start getting careless just because you have a shot. Yes. All right. So let me see if I can just press some of this down here before I cut it. Since I'm cross cutting this, I pressed it with my wood press. I think I need 24 4 patches, and I forgot how many I made now. So I have 14 in this particular fabric strip. So I need 10 more, so I guess I need 20 pieces. 20 pieces that are cut 1.5 inch in cross sections. Just use my small rulers. When I'm working here, I try to use the smallest rulers I have that will work. Just because I got limited space over here. So I don't have much room here. I feel like cramped in such a small space. See if I can get a ruler that I can cut more than one and then back off. Like I want to cut more than one piece at a time. That ruler is only one. All right. Deborah says, T, can you explain a Y seam and why people don't want to do them? A Y seam, it's the same thing as if you're mitering a corner for a border. That would be a Y seam. I guess that would be the easiest way to explain it. And it goes into your corner at a 45-degree angle from the corner. So it goes out kind of like a half square triangle. Like this, you have this angle being 45 degrees. But you still got this whole piece of fabric here going this way, and this fabric is going down this way. And it just depends on some blocks that you piece. you may have to do a set-in seam like the attic window block. A lot of people, they cheat by using a half square triangle in the corner, which is nothing wrong with that. But if you want a block that doesn't have a seam in it, which I tend to like, I like to have continuous pieces when I can. The only time I will piece some stuff is when I'm short of fabric and I'm going to make it work. But for the most part, I like, when I need a white seam, I like to go ahead and use a white seam. I don't have anything here that I can show you what a white seam is. I had the video that I just did on Star of the East, and I think it was in part 2 that I showed a Y seam. In part 1, I eliminated the Y seam. And it's when you're sewing something like this. I do have some pieces here, if I can find a design board. Okay. I don't know why my design board is all the way over there. I don't want to knock off my iron here. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is the one I had the little half square triangles on, so I'm not sure why I moved it. But I did. I moved it for some reason. I must have been when I might have been doing a binding or something, or on a quilt or something. I guess I need to take these off if I'm going to put this block on here. And I didn't even sew this block up as I'm cleaning up stuff. This is one that I had cut years ago that I never did sew. So I'll just put this on the board to show you what a Y seam is. But I have a whole video on these blocks. I did a part 1 and a part 2. In part 1, I eliminated the Y seam. So I'm just putting this block set up on the board here so you can see what I mean. Stephanie is here saying, hey T and fellow quilters. I'm sure I've missed a whole lot of stuff that's shooting up while I'm laying this block out, but I just wanted to show this. I cut this out years ago, and when I got to making the Stars of the East, I couldn't find it, so I recut everything out again. But this is a block that has set-in seams to piece. And what happens is, in order to start sewing this block, the first thing that you would do, you've got these diamond shapes like this. You would have to sew 2 of these together. So when I go to flip this over right sides together to sew 2 of these together, so I would sew all of these into pairs first. Right here at the top, I would stop stitching. No, I would start stitching 1/4 inch away from the edge. Make sure that I back stitch so that that seam won't come apart in my quilt. And then I will stitch all the way to the end in the center. And the reason why I stitch all the way to the end in the center is because they're all going to match up in the center. You don't have to set in seam the center pieces. Trying to put that back. Okay. So then once you have all of these into pairs, then you're going to sew 2 pairs together and do the same thing. You're not going to stitch the 1/4 inch from the corner. You're going to start 1/4 inch down and then stitch all the way to the end. At that point, you're going to sew 2 pairs together, and then you'll have this line here in the middle that you've got to sew the top to the bottom. Same thing. You're going to sew this line across here, leaving 1/4 inch on this end and 1/4 inch on that end. And the reasoning why is because these pieces are triangles and squares in the corners, and you've got to set these in. And the reason why you left these 1/4 inch open is so that you can stitch, start from the edge You do start from the edge, but when you get into this section here, you're going to stop 1/4 of an inch away. You're going to adjust your fabric, and I show you how to do that in the second part of that video, Star of the East video. And then you're going to stitch from the top up here, from the edge, go all the way down and stop 1/4 of an inch. And that's what a set-in seam is. Why do people not like to do them? Me, I can eyeball. I don't have to mark my 1/4 inch. Some people don't want to take the time to mark them if they're not able to eyeball it. I sometimes will leave mine like 3/8 of an inch because I'd rather be bigger than go into my 1/4 inch seam. But they're just, it takes longer to sew. That's all. That's why people don't like to do it. But I think the blocks look more sophisticated when they're a piece like that. It's not that anyone is right or wrong. And again, I have piece fabrics together when I've ran out of fabric. So it's nothing wrong with it. It's just a different way of doing it. But if you even watch part 1 and part 2 and see how I pieced the first one without set-in seams, that's interesting too. So there's a way to not have to piece this with set-in seams. But I like challenges. Once I made the Dear Jane quilt, I decided that I could piece anything I wanted to piece after that. I can do any sewing technique if I want to. It's a matter of do I want to. So let me count these. I need 20. I need 6 more. And I've lost my chat. Let me go back and see what other people are working on, if I can get it to work. And Diane says, get your card to prove that you have been vaccinated. People are already careless. They don't keep their distance, and some are not wearing their masks. Yeah, a lot of people don't keep their distance. I kind of look behind people, especially when I'm at the post office in line or something. I just noticed that people won't even pay attention to they got marks on the floor and they're still up on your neck. And it's like, just back up a little bit. Even in normal times, it's like, just give people some space. Yep, you are right. Trying to make sure I get my 1 1/2 right. 3 more cut off of here, and then I can sew this group together. So I'm just making 4 patches for people that are just coming in. Just doing something different today. Haven't been sewing, like piecing, in a while. I've been machine quilting, trying to get those projects done. And my YouTube is just acting a mess. It's saying, okay, I'm so scared to go out of here. But it's not working, so I may have to go out anyway, huh? I may have to end up rebooting again, guys. It's giving me the blues. And it's so funny because it's telling me that I don't have internet in here, but my Facebook is giving me notifications. Somebody wants to join Teaquilts. But I'll handle all those notifications later. I'm trying to get back in here so I can read these comments. And it's not letting me back into YouTube, so I don't know. I have no idea. I really have tried the last 2 lives to figure out what was going on with that, but nothing is helping, so. Okay, so I'm just making little bitty 4 patches. They're 2-inch 4 patches. waiting on my phone to reboot here, so I may as well sew. Okay, let me see if I can go back. I know it was a lot of comments that came in. Judy Plaster says, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Thank you, Judy. Lynette says, I didn't want to do them sheet terror. Angela Stringer says, oh, wow, I thought you were off. Good evening. I was off last Saturday. I think people are going back reading posts in Teaquilts Facebook group, but that was for last Saturday that I wasn't here. She says, there's no such thing as cheating. It's called creativity. Yes, with quilting. Stephanie, I said she was here already. Diane says, I'm working on squaring up 2.5-inch half square triangles, 198 of them. Sam says, gotta go fix more dinner for the second shift, laughing out loud. Son is working nights now. Oh, that's pretty nice of you to go do that. Happy Easter to everybody. Bye, Sam. Take care. Let's see. Kelly says, if you don't know the pattern tumbling blocks, the 3 diamonds that make up each block are often sewn together with a Y seam. That's true. And I think Karen Combs even has a way. Was it with the Y seam with her? I don't know. I did one of hers. I may have done Y seams with that one, but I don't mind doing Y seams. My phone's acting up again already. Ooh, so pretty, T. Thanks, Diane. Teresa says, I'm sorry, T. I missed what you were working on. It's a Begone Surround, but it's called Charlotte Sometimes. Although, I'm not going to probably put all these appliques on the border. She didn't have that inside of the box. And the circles that are inside, so it's like a Begone Surround quilt top, but then it has circles inside. And I might do the circles with machine applique. Machine embroidery. But I don't know yet. We'll see. Mario says, it's nice to be back listening to T and reading Teaquilters. It's great to have you back, Mario. Diane, I got a half square triangle ruler. It helps a lot. Goes much faster. Tom's given the link too. I'm assuming for the Star of the East. I'm thinking maybe part 2 of it. Sounds complicated. That's Deborah. It's not. I think everything, it's like anything. Learning to tie your shoes looks complicated when you first, start out with that. So once you do something, you understand the analogy of it, it's not so bad. I actually don't mind mitering corners and stuff like that, doing Y seams. It doesn't make any difference to me. Y seams are more like Y seams. That's Eric. Nzinga says, Dear Jane, quilt wild tea. I would love to see your quilt. Did you do a video about it? I think I did have a video. I was doing a live and then we got cut off. So it's like a part 1 and part 2 of the live. But I did show my Dear Jane quilt. So you can Google Teaquilts Dear Jane and it should pop up 2 videos. Yeah. But I have showed it. Deborah Holloway says, hi T, I got my wood press. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thanks for ordering. Hope you enjoy it. Jill Thomas says, I got my second vaccine on Wednesday. Fingers crossed that it doesn't kick my booty. If it hasn't by Wednesday, I think you're okay. Wait a minute. She says, I get it. Okay, I thought she was saying she got it. But she gets it. Yeah, it was weird because some of my friends said the first one was bad for them. Other one says the second shot was bad for them. And other ones ain't had nothing but just like soreness of the arm from just basic, like if you get a flu shot, anything like that. Now, normally I don't have any issues when I get a flu shot, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed I have the same situation. Hey T, can you come on the Zoom chat like maybe 15 minutes early? I can talk to you about using Zoom. Okay, that's great. I did see notice from you, but it didn't tell me nothing on what I'm supposed to do. So that's good. I can try to do that. I'll send you. Oh, you will know when I go on. I think it'll let you know. Embroidery Quilt says that's me. Mario D says I need to go. We'll chat. Whoops. Soon. Thanks for all your good greetings. Alex Scrapper says, T, that looks like it's going to be pretty once you are finished. So please let us see it when you're finished. I will. I'll probably use it as a sew project. I just need to get this exploding star done, but I just don't feel like laying out the pieces because I need to know exactly where they're going. Whereas with this, I can just sew. Like I said, I haven't sewed in a couple of weeks, probably since the last time I sewed in a live chat, and then I didn't sew like the whole week before that because I've been helping with my friend's estate sale. So just had no time, and now I'm trying. I brought some stuff from her house, so now I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna put it. I got like some baskets for storage. She had better basket storage system, so I'm like replacing my basket systems with hers. And so when you start taking stuff out, you start creating avalanches of this and that, and then you realize I don't want to do this. I even got a box of fabric here that I'm trying to figure out. I need to go through and figure out what I'm gonna do with it. So, but I'll be sharing it. And Kelly says that Deborah Sims, it's more difficult to explain than it is to do. You are exactly correct. And she says lots of YouTube videos on how to make them. Seeing it done makes more sense. Tonight is not sew and chat for me. It is cut and chat. That's Diane. I'm working on flying geese. I have to make 366 of them, and I am beginning the geese. I'm thinking she's trying to say yes. I actually like, if I'm doing flying geese and they're not Accuquilt die cut, then I like Eleanor Burns' method for making flying geese because you square them up after they're sewn already. That's my favorite way of making flying geese. I'm working on my granddaughter's quilt. That's from Lizette. And I'm going to make 2 quilts. I think that's what Diane's trying to, quilts of valor. Okay. David Stovall, I'm sorry, is saying, hello, David from Denver here. This is my first live chat. Well, welcome to the channel. Welcome to YouTube Live as well. Thanks for posting in the comment section because a lot of people are afraid to do that. So welcome. Angela says, y'all know there was a 500 million personal info data breach to Facebook's CBN report. That may be why all of our devices are clowning. It could be. Stephanie says, I had both shots and only had a sore arm, so that's good. June says, I didn't have any problems with mine. That's good. Diane 57 says, hi, David. Welcome to the chat. Kelly says, David, welcome to the live. David, welcome from Darlene. Deborah says, I got my second shot yesterday, and I just have a sore arm, so that's good. And a lot of people that had stuff said it was gone within 24 hours, too. So that's also awesome. I am the one trying to get into your Facebook group. Oh, she says that was me. Okay. I'll go over there and let you in. Okay. Gotcha. Because otherwise I don't deal with that while I'm on the YouTube live. But I'll make sure. I know you're probably trying to get information about the Zoom. So I'll go ahead and do that one. Second shot toward me, a new one. That one's from Angela. See, it's so different for everybody. It's just weird. June says, I was kind of scared, but did good. Wish everyone well with theirs. David says, oh, yeah, I subscribed and liked. I like the electric quilt sessions. Okay. And you know, I haven't done any of those videos in a while just because I already have a small channel, and then when I don't get but like 50 views or 100 views on a video, it takes a lot of time for me to make that video and to edit that video, and then it's like it doesn't even get a whole lot of views. So people tend to like haul videos. They like my live sewing chats, and they like quilt blocks and stuff like that too. And they like my show and tells. And I haven't done quilt shows or quilt studios, but maybe what I'll do too is once Kevin get his studio reconfigured, maybe I'll do a before and after of Kevin's studio. I'll try to see if I can find the old footage of his other studio tour and see if I can combine some, or at least show you the studio in one video, you know, at the beginning of the video, and then show you the new studio. Now that he's gone, I can talk about what my plans are for his studio. Isn't that wonderful? That's what friends are for. Oh, that is funny. um, Stephanie says, though my heart is breaking for a friend who is near transitioning, I have good news to share. I finally made a quilt where I love all 4 miter corners. Yes, and that's the thing. When you do miter corners, like your borders, it seems like there's always one that don't want to act right. So I can understand that. M Quilt says, my first time catching you live as well. Well, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you. My daughter had to buy a new phone. Her iPhone 6 is refusing to work all of a sudden. Wow. So I don't know. And then these phones, they do automatic updates too. So I don't like that as well. I'm behind on chats. Y'all know I'm always behind on the chats, right? People still saying welcome to David. You all are so kind. Has anyone tried Teaquilts.com? I don't even know what it is, or I don't know what that is. Shayna Crossy says, hello, Auntie. I don't know if they're talking to me or not. I don't know the name. Ain't that crazy? That's funny. I know some quilters with that last name. David says, yes, I've been quilting for 2 years as of today. That's pretty cool. I like that more men are getting into quilting. I think they're different take on it, especially those that come from the engineering field. I really like their design techniques, so it's pretty cool. I'm just making little bitty 4 patches. For those that are just joining, don't know what I'm doing, I'm working on a Begone surround quilt that's called Charlotte Sometimes, or is it Sometimes Charlotte? It's Charlotte Sometimes. I think there's a song named that too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that's where she got this title from. Prequilt is a software where you can design quilts, sort of like Electroquilt, but it's free. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's cool. I'm sure Electroquilt's not liking that. And I think this will give me 24 of this set. And I need to probably make the whole strip on the next set because I cut some stuff wrong. on this one. So I had this much left on that strip. But I'm just going to go ahead and cut this whole strip. My phone won't stay up here because I can't. I got my power cord plugged in. And people are also saying, welcome to embroidery, quilt. It's like embroidery quilt. Diana Grant says, I made it to the live. Sorry for getting here late. You'll never have to apologize for being late. You watch it when you watch it if you can. You can be here live with us. You can watch the upload or not at all. You know, you have whatever works for you. No stress. We're happy to have you. It's great when we can talk and stuff in the chat. That's why I do like the Zooms, because we can at least put a face to some of the names in the Zoom. So that's really nice. And everybody can talk to everybody instead of me feeling like I'm talking to myself. So that's why I try to have the phone here so I can at least read what you all are putting in the chat, so I don't feel quite alone. Make sure that iron's on. Yes, ma'am, you're my quilting friend, but I feel more connected with you, so you're my auntie now. Okay, because I was like, is this one of my nieces with a different name in here or something? Every once in a while I have a couple of my family members will pop into my live. Like, they got to really be bored because only one person in my family has sewed, and she hasn't sewed in years. So I think I'm going to fold this strip over, and I'm going to need all of it anyway. Meet up the salvages and cut 2 at a time. Get a straight edge first. And I keep a little, I'm going to lose all these little pieces now that's just sitting here on this design board. I keep a little bag here that I put all my fabric in. I'm still saving scraps. My friend that makes the dog beds, I gave her 2 bags, 2 large trash bags filled last Saturday. And then I was rearranging some stuff, needing to pull out some batting, and found a whole nother bag that I forgot to give her. So I'm on bag number 2 already. But I like that the fabric scraps can go to a good cause. So if somebody else wants to do it, I'll save it for you. I just have too many things to do in a day to make it my mission. Let's see. Just trying to line my ends up here. Judy Smith says, have you seen the Quilting Cowboys line of fabric? I like them, but can't find where to order. I don't know anything about that either. I don't watch the Quilting Cowboy. I try not to watch a whole lot of YouTube channels, because if I come up with a video, it was on my own, as opposed to watching somebody else's and going, I think I'm going to do that video. So with me creating videos and talking online, I try not to watch a whole lot of other YouTubers' videos. Every once in a while, I go over watch Tiffany's stuff, Ellen Campbell's page. I watch a few of Missouri Star, depending on what the outcome of the quilt looks like. But for the most part, I just try to stay off of a lot of quilting pages. I'm into how my food is grown right now. I'm into uh, not homesteading, but more farming and stuff like that. So I have started purchasing my meat from a farmer. I have to drive like 2 hours to get it, but I do it anyway. I pay more money for it, but I feel like the meat is much better, fresher. So that's what I do. So that's where I'm currently at. I'm watching a lot of those videos. Not necessarily homesteading because I don't know if I want to get into like canning and growing my own vegetables. And then part of my problem also, if I'm trying to grow my own, is that I have a lot of squirrels, so I have to figure all that kind of stuff out. I tried growing tomatoes some years back, and I didn't get one tomato, but the squirrels had a good time. So yeah, I have not grown anything else since. Um, it's a lot of men out there quilting. You might think a woman did it. Yeah. And it's so funny because my husband has no interest in any of this. He likes the end result, but he could care less about helping you to get there. He could care less. I thought when I got the long arm machine that he would be interested in that. And now that I got it computerized, I thought he would be interested in that. But it's nope. No interest whatsoever. I just got done watching the Quilts of G's Bins. Very inspiring, yes. And I think I had put that link out there when I saw it as well. Interesting. Um, the way that they have evolved since the initial onset of them. So it's pretty cool. They're all over in Etsy and stuff like that selling quilts and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Their new work is being purchased. So that's cool. I love that. Um, T, did you make your design board? That design board was given to me, but I've made other ones where I've used tape on it, but I used the Dollar Tree masking tape, and I don't think it holds very well. It's still on the board, but I am going to put fabric on it, but I didn't make that one. It was given to me at a retreat. There's a video on that too. I think it's Lori Holt's way of making a design board. So you can find that too. I just need to put binding on the edge of mine and pull off the tape that I got on them. I have about 12 design boards now, various different sizes. That's why it was so weird. I don't even know where the other ones. They might be over there, and I just can't see them. Like when it was so hard for me to even find one. It's like, how do I not have a design board over here? I think that's all I'm gonna get done today is like 24. Well, 48. I have 48 total, little 4 patches, and then I got to cut. So I'll cut my next little sections. No sewing for baggie number 2. So just got one more here to cut, and then I need to press, and I'll do that later. See, some of her pieces, I'm a little bit short. I didn't cut these pieces, and I'm a little short. But I'm going to make it work just because I want a quilt from her. Or sort of, kind of from her. I'm doing all the work. She did the cutting. She picked the pattern and did the cutting. I'm doing the sewing and the quilting. But I'll make it fit once you become a little bit more experienced with quilting, and if something is like a 1/16 of an inch shorter, you figure out how to, or an 1/8 of an inch shorter, you know how to make it work when you get to your seam allowances. So that's what I'm gonna do. A little bit short here, but we're gonna make it work. Whoops, stacking the other set on here now. Let's see. Diane 57 says, I love watching paternity court and people's court. Like the drama. Anytime you in paternity court, you know it's drama. Okay. I'm going to press these later. This was the extra piece. These have already been pressed. I'm just going to push them back on my board. Ugh. I think number 2 was just cutting, so I can take that one out. Trying to get caught up on some of the comments. The T, a BB gun, laughing out loud. Squirrels, HO, right. That's what my brother said, Ray, that's in here too. He said the squirrels ate your tomatoes aside from your electrical wires. Yes. And they're everywhere. I got rid of the tree in my yard because I had the sweet gum tree, and I didn't realize that they eat those too. They'll eat anything. But they just went to the neighbor's tree. I didn't realize my sweet gum tree made such a mess that I didn't realize my neighbor's tree had acorns in it, okay? So they just went right next door. So I didn't get rid of them. But they still kind of sometimes be in my yard. They ate the wires. The squirrels have eaten wires on my Christmas tree lights one year. And then last year they ate the wires on my car. And then the years ago when they ate all the tomato plants. And it was like, I would leave the tomato that they bit into so that they could come back the next day and finish eating that so I can get a tomato. No, they would bring another tomato and leave another tomato right next to it. The one that they left the day before. So they wanted fresh stuff. Yes. I got to read the instructions to see what I'm supposed to be cutting, but I'll line up 2 strips so I can get started. I'll just cut a couple in case I mess it up. Don't want to have them all stacked up here. And I found scraps of this brown fabric, but I didn't find, well, it might be yardage in there. Yeah, it is yardage in there because that's also the border, the outer border. She didn't cut that. She just cut the piecing stuff. So I need 96 pieces that are 2.5 by 3.5. People are still asking what I'm working on. It's called, just Google Charlotte Sometimes. You'll see that picture better than this because this is not a very good picture. It's not very focused. So you're not really seeing a lot of detail. So just Google Charlotte Sometimes. That'll be better. And then you can see the whole quilt. And I'm not probably going to do those appliques because she didn't have those in the pattern. So I need 3.5, but I want to cut off the selvage as well. So I'm going to go right there. Okay. Turn this around and cut this one. I may have to get another ruler. This is not my favorite. I pulled it because it was the smallest. It's harder for me to see the lines on that one. I watched G's Ben today. Jackie says, between the squirrels, rabbits, raccoons, they eat everything we grow. So no more veggie garden for me. Yes. And I've tried, I put up all the different barriers and stuff, unless you're completely covering across the top and all of that. So I gave up. Just too many. Got to figure out my new ruler now. I think I need to square up again. I'll square this other end up. I'm over here hot flashing now. Like I got a fan on me and I'm hot flashing. What's up with that? Woo. And I have no water in here. I forgot to bring my ice water in here. I was fooling around. Okay. I'll come back to those. I know I can get one. So I haven't even counted to know if the number of strips are right. My friend was a pretty good quilter, so I would trust that she got the right number of strips. It's just for some reason I think she had a little bit of bowing in one of the strips on my little 4 patches. When you're cutting real skinny strips, that tends to happen. And I think she had a go system too, but she may have not had it opened up or folded right. Every time you buy fabric on the boat, that doesn't mean it's lined up ready for cutting. Sometimes I readjust. So 3.5. Let's see. Larissa says, yes, my husband likes the end results as well, but he would tell his friends and sell on his job the things I make. That's nice. Now, my husband, it's so funny because he doesn't do anything, and all he'll tell me is whether he likes something or not. But then when we go somewhere or if he's out, he's always telling people that I sew, telling people about my website and all this other kind of stuff. It's hilarious. You would think he was an employee. But he could care less. Get back home, it's like nothing. It was so funny today because my order came for the pedal stoppers. I was out of the large ones and I ordered both large and small just to have more. And he was actually trying to help me unpack them and stuff. It's like, is something wrong with him? That was funny. I think you just got to be the right person to make a quilt. Right. That's one of the reasons, guy named Fitzgerald, she's also an engineer. So that's one of the reasons why I like a lot of her quilts, the way she comes up and be at that end result. So a lot of men that come into quilting normally come from the engineering field. That's why I said that. And so I love to see the creativity on how things go together. let's see. I got my garden fenced in. That's Vicky. And they've got so many different ways now. I've been watching some of the homesteading and or farming channels, and I see all the different things. You can even get, you can order in and do a do-it-yourself greenhouse, chicken houses, and stuff like that. So it's a lot of changes. But I'm too old for that. That's a lot of work. I had probably started or thought about doing that in my 40s, maybe. It's kind of a little bit much now. I guess I should see how many I got. That's 10. One, 6. So 16 times 4 is 64. Trying to line up and add at the same time, or multiply at the same time. Let me see what you all are talking about. And Eric says, thinking about it, we cut stuff up only to put it back together. And when we put it back together, it's beautiful. Yes. I don't have much luck last year, so may not be doing anything this year. I have had big gardens, and now just me, so we'll buy what I need. David says, I was in the hospital last year getting my kidney removed, and I bought my sewing machine to quilt while I was recovering. That's awesome. Glad everything worked out, and you're here with us. 20 times 4 would be 80. I guess I might need some of them pieces. 16, so that's 17, 18. This is why I like cutting on my long arm. I cut everything in there because it got longer space, more space to cut. I only cut in here when I'm with you guys. Oops. Okay, so that's 20 times 4. That's 80, and I need 96. 84. I'm just not sure if I can. Yeah, just it'll be right there on the end. Right there. So that's 88. Need 8 more. I may have to cut a strip because I think these are really cutting it close. I really do. Trying to see if I can get 2 3.5s off of these end pieces now. Cutting them one at a time. I had them stacked 2. I need every last one of them, I think. Yep, just barely. It's just a sliver coming off, too. Fox urine might chase them away. I had somebody say they said that for deer and it didn't work. I don't know about squirrels, though. But I know what will work, though. I had to keep them out of my car. I hate to do that, though, but let's see. This is going to be like a 1/16 of an inch too short. I might use it anyway and just compensate in the seam allowance. This one's going to cut it. So we got that one. Yep. And then I think I can get it out of here. So it's just one strip set that I couldn't get the two without it being short. And it's just a little short. So there we go. So I've done 2 baggies. I guess I can put these back in the bag now. See what you all are talking about. Are you feeling better after being so tired last week? Today was the day that my body decided it wanted a lot of sleep. And I slept a lot. I did my work. I quilted like a quilt and a half. I almost finished with the second one. But in the interim, I was also taking naps. Also did my post office run, packaged up orders and stuff like that. I didn't do any of my organizing, no. I normally would do the organizing while I'm in the middle of quilting a run. So, but I do feel better. Put hand sanitizer on your jugular veins. Cools flash. Really? I have to try that. Y'all come up with some things. I've never heard of that. Bedtime 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Good night, Judy. I looked at Quilt Up Tea is more than I want to tackle. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing the outside appliques, but I think if I did the blocks and put the circle appliques on in the block format, that it'd be a lot easier because in the instructions, they have you put the whole quilt top together. And then I think, let me make sure. I thought they did, and then they had you add the appliques on afterwards. But let me make sure. Yeah, I think the whole quilt top, because they show you the block and it doesn't have any applique, and then it just goes straight into finishing. So yeah, I almost think they do, but I won't be doing that. And Diane says, T, you're wearing 2 shirts. No wonder you're hot flashing. I wasn't hot all day. Been under the cover, like when I was napping. I have a rag quilt on from the winter because, both layers were flannel and I just left it on for the winter. And haven't hot flashed all day or in days. And then to come in here, but I think it's the combination of all the light that, and then wearing the 2 shirts. So yeah, you're probably right. Eric says, I hope you gave him a box of Ritz for helping. Nope. Male pride. Sharon Brewington is here. She says, if my father-in-law was still living, all he would need is his cast iron skillet and dinner would be served. Squirrel with a side of tomato salad. That's funny. Garlene can teach a mean Y-seam angle. That's from Angela Stringer. Yes. And you don't even have to stop. You don't have to cut your seam when she does it. She just pulls the fabric underneath and realigns the angle. And I've also seen that years ago from Ebony Love, who's done that with, I think it was the double wedding ring quilt, where she showed you how to pull that seam without having to break your thread. So I've seen Ebony Love do that as well. And Eric's asking if that squirrel tasted like fried chicken. You know, they say all exotic meats end up tasting like, or I say exotic, but you know, they say all these other meats we eat that they end up tasting like chicken. My hubby would be a carpenter, so he was interested. He did make me a quilt, and he did a great job. That's nice. He is very proud of UT. Yes, he loves what I do. He just don't want any part of it. And he loves to know what's going on with it. He loves to know what the new notions are. He likes all of that kind of stuff. But do anything with it? Absolutely not. Sharon says, not really much better. Ember says, off to bed. Thanks for the entertainment. Eric says, 20 times 4 equals 80. 16 more to go. Yes. Good night to all who has to go to bed. That's from Ellie Scrapper. Sin says, hi ho, I'm back. Second dinner shift over. This cook is done for the day. Have to read all the comments to see what I missed. Eric says, welcome back. And yeah, I'm actually caught up. That's pretty nice. So let's see what's in bag number 3. I haven't pressed the rest to put back into bag number 1 yet because I need to press those. But I try not to do a whole lot of pressing because then I'm standing back there and you all can't really see. So we'll see what's in bag number 3. More 1.5-inch strips. Yippee! Let's see. Unit number 3. Take 2 1.5-inch wide strips of orange. Take the 2 1.5-inch wide strips of orange spotted for unit 3 and sew them together into pairs with 2 of the 1.5-inch black. But we're using brown. So, gonna make 2 units with brown. And I don't even know. So I got 2 of them in here, so that's good. And then take the 6 1.5-inch wide green. So it should be 6 of these greens. 2. I can see this strip is a little skinny again. 2. So that is 6. And I should have 6 of these left then. And I need 96 of these total units, so. Oh, 48. Okay. 2. Trying to make sure I at least got what I need to sew. So that's 6. So yeah. So all of those go together and all of these go together. Then they're cross cut and sewed back together. Because that's what we do. We take perfectly good fabric, cut it apart, sew it back together. Let's see. Okay. All right. So people are still trying to figure out the Zoom. We are having the Zoom tomorrow night. So hopefully some of you all can join us. We can put faces to your names. It's going to be 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, I think. I want to get that piece off here. That goes in that stack to be pressed. My grandma could cook up a mess of squirrels. Now, my mom used to cook rabbits, but I don't think she cooked squirrel. I didn't eat the rabbit, so it wouldn't have made me any difference what she cooked. If it didn't look right, I didn't eat it. But I don't think she ever cooked squirrel. Yes, they do taste like chicken. That is too funny. Talking about the squirrels. I don't know. Okay. I'm trying to line up to my outside edge so when it's short, I've already taken care of the short part since I know it's short now. It might be why she didn't sew them because I think she looked like I can see certain places where she might have been having some issues with her die cutting machine. I think she did die cut these because I can see where she had to go back with scissors and uh, clip here and there. And she may not have had it completely, she might have had it on the inside of the line when they're short. But I'm going to make it work. Okay, line up on the outside. All right, so all of these just get a strip sewn. They can cook all that mess back then. I didn't eat it. My mother loved rabbit. Yep. Have to concentrate a little bit here, so make sure I line this edge up. Get it lined up to start. This is the skinny strip for real. Take care of my shortage on the outset this time, so I don't have to worry about it later. Okay, right there. Okay. Angela's so funny to me. I bet the squirrels wish you were frying chicken. Jackie says, good night, all. Calling it a night. See you all on Wednesday. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Bye-bye, Jackie. Um, who eats squirrels? They're like little rats. Right, Deborah. Exactly. And Remo says, I don't Facebook. David says, so where does everyone get their scraps from? Making quilts. It seems like no matter what you do, you're always creating them. David, you can email me. I'll send you some scraps. I got a box of scraps right here. It's not even scraps. Like, it's stuff that I'm just tired of looking at. Let me see. I got some. It's like some of my older fabrics and stuff. I'm just tired of looking at them. I've got this bag of scraps. I've got older fabrics. Some of them are Christmas fabrics that I'm just tired of looking at. I had a lot of this stuff to make backs and stuff with. But I'm not going to do it. I'm tired of looking at it. All of this, it's got to go somewhere. I was going to give it to my friend, too, who makes the dog beds, because she can use some of the bigger pieces. But, hey, if somebody needs some scraps, you don't care what they look like. All of that was just sitting. This box is just filled up to the top like this with all this stuff. I'm going through stuff as I'm looking, and I'm just tired of looking at it. Email me. I'll send you some scraps. It's a start. My dad used to go squirrel hunting. Was pretty good. That was from June. David says, I like scraps because they challenge my color palette. Okay. Most of us on here, I'm a scrap quilter. That's what I mostly do. But, yeah. I have always loved the more fabrics in the quilt, the better. Even if you're using a same color palette. If it's a red, white, and blue quilt, I've got a lot of the different fabrics in it anyway. You need to start a scrap anonymous meeting. You know what? It's like you can never get rid of them things. I don't care what you do unless you pitching them. If you're trying to keep and use them, they never go away. And I'm going to go through my strings too. I'm going to get rid of some of those too. It's too much. And I keep creating more as I'm working, working on projects and stuff. Scraps propagate when we're not looking. Exactly. Good giveaways, T. Yeah, that's what I normally do. I've been putting them aside because I said I probably end up doing a giveaway with them. But stuff like this, I just rather give to somebody that doesn't have any fabric, just starting and wanting to make a scrap quilt. It's just easier because you don't have to worry about liking the fabrics or not. You're just happy to have some fabrics. And I still use some of these because I still got them in my strings and all of that. I'm just tired of the fabrics. It's like I've had these in my stash, some of them since 1994. And I'm just tired of looking at them. And that's when I would go to Joann's. Used to be Cloth World at the time. And they'd have a sale and have 50 cents per yard. And then I'd buy the entire boat. Because it was 50 cents per yard, I'm just tired of looking at it. It's got to go. I'm even going to be pulling out some squares because I got too many squares. If you can believe that, somebody got too many squares. Yeah, I might pull out some squares and give them away too. And I also got to do April birthday giveaways on Wednesday. So that's an idea too. I spent last week organizing my scraps that I can reuse, and the rest I will use for dog cat beds. Yes, and that's what my friend does. She just collects like my since I quilt for everybody. I have a lot of batting scraps, a lot of trimming scraps and stuff like that. Some people pay me to trim their quilts. And so I trim their quilts up, and then I just put everything in bags and I give them to her. So she's happy to have it. And every now and then I give her yardage that she can use for the outside of the beds. Uh-oh. Just ran out of that bobbin. So I guess I'll. Oh, it's not out of bobbin. I don't know why that happened. Am I out of? I'm not out of other thread either. But it is long, so it was something going on with my bobbin. So since I'm in here and got it half apart now, I may as well finish it off and oil. Okay. Go in here. It's not really dirty. I cleaned it before, but you know, since I'm in here, I haven't been sewing. So I cleaned it the last time I sewed. I don't know why the bobbin all of a sudden said it was out, but it's not. I got a full bobbin. That's how I know it's clean. Every time I replace my bobbin, I always clean it. Since I got the extra large bobbin on this Bernina, so. All right, get it threaded back up. See if this error light go away. It could have been the top thread that got caught on something too. Well, you know what? It is the top thread because it's got a knot in the thread. So it was actually the top thread. That was the problem. Okay. All right. Let's see if anybody is in the comments here. Katrina, she makes sleeping bags for the veterans, not up, not for the winter. Okay. Katrina says Shari uses them all up for Christmas stockings to children who lost a parent in the line of duty, and she makes sleeping bags for the veterans in the winter. Okay, that's pretty cool too. There's so many different organizations. We make stockings and we put socks in them for the various organizations. It's amazing to me that a lot of organizations said that's what they need most is socks and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Linda says, anyway, we're just trying to get people scrap addictive. You got that right. just to make scrap quilts. Thank you, T. Have a good evening. Good night. Good night, Teresa. Thank you for joining us. We only got another 13 minutes on here. Early Scrapper says, I love my scraps. I do so much with them. Yes, scraps, scraps, scraps. Laughing out loud. Katrina, I'll post a picture of Shari's organized scraps tomorrow. Scraps are very addicting. From Eric. Stephanie says, good night all. Happy Easter. Good night to you as well. Let's see. Yes, Eric, I am addicted to scraps. Darlene also says good night. Good night, Darlene. A big garbage bag full. That's Darcy. Oh, Lord. I couldn't survive if they were in a garbage bag. I would never use them. I do have my scraps sorted by colors. And then I have like multi-prints that could be any color altogether. But I would never use them if they were just in a bag. I got so many strings, they won't even fit into my string container anymore. And Kevin also sorts his strings by color. He has his scraps and his strings by color. And crumbs. He even sorts out his crumbs from his strings. So he's super organized with it. Me, I just have all my strings together and then I got them in bags. When my other one, my big container that I have is full, so I've got bags upon bags of strings and stuff. I'm gonna start getting rid of some of this stuff. Eric says, I tried sorting my strings by color. After the first minute, I said, forget it, right? Because I don't know why Kevin was successful with that, because I would never make it. It would take me an eon of years to sort my strings by colors. And he even does his crumbs separate. They're in separate, like he uses little shoebox containers. And so whenever one gets full, then he know he needs to use that one. I couldn't survive. Well, I thank you guys for being here with me to get me sewing a little bit on this project. Just got to do a lot of pressing next time I come back in here. And then I can cross cut these. But at least they're all sewn together tonight. Or will be. I think I only got one more to do after this one I'm sewing. So I'll do that one and that's where I'll stop. Sure, I line up the outside. Almost. done. May as well go ahead and cut that off. We're not going to sew anymore tonight. And then I have to read to see which way they want these seams pressed. Sometimes they give you tips and sometimes they don't. So this was a total of 8 strip sets here. It's got to be cross cut into something else. So again, we're not going to iron on screen. Let's see. Remo said good night. Darcy says those are the ones I can't use. My good scrap is cut 5 and 5.5, 3.5, and 2.5 inch squares. I do separate my crumbs from my strings and have them sorted by color. Okay. Katrina says, Shari, strings go from 1.5 through 6 inches. The strings can go from anything that you want to sew. So they at least got to be 3/4 of an inch. They can be whatever you want. Eric says, T, just curious, what lavalier are you using? It's very clear. Something I bought off of Amazon, and I don't have any documentation on it. I'll see if it's got a name on the receiver. Nope, it doesn't have a brand name. But if I don't email it to you, Eric, just send me an email. I can send you the actual product link from Amazon. I just ordered it off of there. Because I have a mic that needs a receiver, the actual big receiver in order to play, but I didn't want to use that. So, and it, the whole head mic, and this one just plugs right into my iPad. So I don't have to have the big other system in here taking space. You should keep them organized by color. So much fun to do that. I am OCD, laughing out loud. Yes, but I am not. Now I have my scrap sorted by color. I have my fabric sorted by color, and or type. Like I got all my K facets together. I've got all my batiks together. Christmas, Halloween, stuff like that. They're all stored together. Patriotics. But when it comes to strings and crumbs, I had never had them sorted by color. I don't know why I stopped there, but I did. Damali says, enjoying your company. That's funny. Angela says, sorting is for the little kids in your life. You got that right, but I don't have any of them around, especially since COVID. I used to have my nephew here. I could have put him to work, but they haven't had school, so I haven't had him. I keep a digital file so I can color match when designing a new quilt. That's a lot of work. A digital file of his fabrics. That's pretty cool. Or I don't know I don't know if it's his fabric or something else, but that's pretty cool. I do use electric quilt sometimes, but sometimes when I'm doing strings and crumbs, I just jump right in. It depends on if I'm going to make a pattern, then most of the time I'll put it into electric quilt. But otherwise, if it's just something in my head, I just keep going. Diane says, that's way too organized. Got that right, Diane. And David says, yes, I'm that way, laughing out loud. C-Rex says, good night to everybody. Good night. She says, I got a lot of quilting done. Enjoyed the company. Well, thank you. Mine is all tangled in a big bag. Takes effort to get one piece out. Oh, my God. See, that's what I can't do. I cannot do the scrap stored that way. But strings and crumbs, they're just in. I have like I guess it's like a Joy, like the hanger company, the Joy that does the hanger and the folding clothes stuff. She just had this big 2-section thing you can put like sweaters in or whatever, but it was a good size, like the size of a storage tote, but no lid. And so that's what my strings were originally in, but they're out of control right now. No matter how many string quilts I make, I still have strings. It's ridiculous. Judy says, good night all. Have a good Easter. Good night, Judy. Same to you. Is Tucker on? I don't know. I haven't seen Tucker in here tonight. Judy says, I haven't seen Tiffany on here tonight. Deborah says, good night all. Hope to join tomorrow. Good night, Deborah. June says, Eric, I didn't see him. Lynette says, yay, my daughter's neighbor's gave me some Crown Royal bags. I was both thankful and afraid. He gave me 58. Wow. And I know I counted mines and I put the number inside the bag because I have. At first it was only purple bags when I was collecting. And then the young folks are drinking the flavored Crown Royals. I don't have any of the vanilla, but I have peach and apple bags as well. And then I have them sorted by large, medium, and small, how many I've got of each kind. So I had to do a count. I got plenty now to do a quilt. I just need to come up with an idea. But I won't be starting on it anytime soon because I'm machine quilting customers' quilts now. Got a 2.5 more of that. And then I also have one customer that wants me to make 3 t-shirt quilts. And I think they're going to give me a 4th one once I get this other one done. And these are kind of like lap size or twin size. And the other one they want, I think it's going to be queen or king size. So, my screen is acting up again. I have squared up 31 half square triangles. That's good. That's better than none. Lynette says, my brother-in-law came close. He gave me 40-something, laughing out loud, but I know him. Jill says, oh, she's talking to Judy, and then Eric's also talking to Judy. And my YouTube is acting up again. So it's 11 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and end here. I'm not going to even try to go back in and read any more comments. I appreciate you all coming tonight. If you're new, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a video and or when I'm live. I have edited a video. I just need to get it uploaded to YouTube. Somebody was asking about how to cut a project on the Accuquilt die cutting system, and I had already recorded when I had cut the pieces for my bare paws blocks. I did not do a video on sewing those blocks, but I did do a video to show how to cut a project from start to finish. So I'll try to get that uploaded sometime tomorrow if I remember to get it started. And hopefully you all can see that, those that are interested in die cutting. Most times we show die cutting, we're just showing you more experimental cutting, but not actually cutting out a whole project. So I took the time I added more time to my die cutting by recording it so you all can see the process. But hopefully it all works for everybody to come into the Zoom tomorrow. The more people to come, the better. We love to have everybody. You can go join the Facebook group, Teaquilts, LLC is the name. And all the Zoom information and the links are there. So talk to you all later. Good night, everybody. Stay blessed, stay safe, and quilt out.